Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. I am taking a break from cabin building today, taking a break from gardening. We had a lot of rain yesterday, so everything's too wet to do anything else. Taking a break from sawmilling too, guys. We're going to switch it up and do some splitting of wood today on this thin blue beast, as we call it, from All Wood Log Splitters. And no, if you look on their website, it's not going to say thin blue beast. It's going to say Oak Series, I believe. I hadn't been on Bobby's website in a while, but the Oak Series is what this is basically. A couple of small additions, subtractions to make it custom for us. Guys, thanks for stopping in at the Piney Woods. I'm going to take you around, show off the log splitter if you've never seen it before, if you're new to the channel. Then we're going to split some wood. Got some white oak, some red oak, some maple, and just some other various mixed hardwoods. All right, y'all, let's get into it. I'll start up here at the front of the machine, and y'all, Bobby over at All Wood Log Splitters, he is much better at describing this machine than I am. So I will link a video from when we actually picked this thing up in Michigan over about a year ago now, I think it was, and you can take a look at that. He does a thorough job of explaining this, but y'all, it's got a 40-gallon hydraulic tank on the front, and Bobby filled that up with fluid for me, so that's an excellent deal. When you go to pick it up, it's ready to go, y'all. It's got a GX 390 Honda on it, and y'all, it took a while to get this machine built because when we were having it done, supply chain was terrible. I don't know what it's like now. It's not a whole lot better from what I hear, but it took a long time to get that Honda engine in that we wanted. I didn't want to spend all that money on a splitter and not have, in my opinion, the best small engine I could get on it. Over on this side, you're going to see a nice big cylinder, y'all. And I can't remember the specs on that thing right off the top of my head, but I believe I'm putting out around 30 ton right now of pressure. And it can actually be turned up. This thing's got an adjustment on the valve assembly. You can turn it up and make it go a little stronger, but I have found that 30 ton seems to do everything that we have around here to do. Let's see here, the valves. I believe they're Italian valves. I can't remember what Bobby said. I'll have to go back and watch the video myself, but that's the thing, y'all. Bobby uses excellent components when he builds these things. And no, not everything on the machine is from America, even though it's an American-made product. The jack stand's made in China. It's got a stamp right there on it. The metal for the 2-inch ball receiver, that's made in China. But y'all, a lot of stuff is nowadays, unfortunately. Has been that way for a long time. I love that this thing has a huge plate on the front, push plate. And it's an inch thick, y'all. That thing is extremely tough, and he builds these things. The sled right here that everything rides on, it's built out of, I believe it's called AR 400. It's one step down from what they build tanks with. So it's really strong, y'all, and we opted for just a basic 4-way hydraulic wedge. You can put bigger wedges on these things, y'all, but we did not have a machine built for speed. And the main reason that we did not is, one, we couldn't keep up with the thing. And two, I didn't want Lisa to get hurt with a fast operating machine because she does 99.9% of the splitting. And y'all, she's a little upset that I'm splitting wood without her today, but she's a little bit under the weather. So if you don't mind, say a little word for her, a little prayer for her, help her get feeling better. Got some old congestion and mess going on, but she was like, "You're going to use my splitter?" And I said, "Yeah, I know you use your splitter, honey." So I got this thing set up. I like to run it too, guys. So I'll get out here and get to going with it. But it's also got a ramp over here that I lift about 600 pounds, I believe. And that's a lot of weight, y'all. So when we get into really big rounds, Lisa and I do it together. It's just safer that way. Well, let me get some earplugs, warm this thing up, and see if we can split a little bit of wood. Y'all, I really like this machine, and I am happy with the slow lane that I went with. Could have gone for a quicker machine, but y'all, this is as quick as I want to go. This is just one part of what we do here on the homestead to keep everything rolling between sawmilling, splitting firewood and selling that in the fall, and throughout the year. We've sold quite a bit of camp wood this year, fire pit wood, as well as running an excavator. That's how we get most of this wood that comes in here is from excavator jobs. But y'all, really like this machine. I'm gonna speed up the camera and see just what I can get accomplished here in a short amount of time. I'm not gonna split wood all day, y'all, but I do enjoy splitting wood. Y'all, I literally split for about 20 minutes right here. I looked at my phone, got the time, plus I have an hour meter on the machine so I can keep up with regular service intervals. But about 20 minutes, and there's close to, probably a face cord there. And y'all, I was not going fast at all, just taking my time. That's how I like to do it, y'all. I'm not into extremely fast production around here. That's not what we do. This is just part of everything that we do around here. We don't just do firewood, if that makes sense. But I really like this machine, y'all. It stays cool. This oversized hydraulic tank really helps with that, because originally we were going to go with a 20-gallon hydraulic tank on the fall over wood on this machine. But Bobby upgraded it for me so that I could get more cooling as this thing's operating. And 20 minutes on the machine plus about 10 minutes of warm-up time, I'm at about 110 degrees right now on my thermometer on the front. So I don't feel bad about that. And even when it's hot and we're splitting, which is not often because we do most of it in the fall of the year, the thing doesn't get very hot at all. And if you're wanting a splitter, you definitely want something that is going to run cool. That way you get more longevity. And another thing that Bobby told me when I got this machine was, the 4-way is nice, but if you have a bunch of knots, use that single pylon right there to split them. And y'all, you probably noticed I did that quite a bit, because a lot of this white oak was upper portions of trees, a lot of knots in it. And so it just takes care of your machine. Not that it won't split it, because it will, but it puts less stress on the machine. And this thing is built like a beast, y'all, but we want it to last for the rest of my life, however long or short that may be. Y'all, another really nice feature about all of Bobby's machines at Allwood Log Splitters are the torsion axles. He gets those, I believe, out of Elkhart, Indiana, where they use these to make travel trailers. I pulled this thing all the way home from Michigan, right on the Great Lakes, all the way back to North Carolina, 65 miles an hour on interstate. It didn't even hop, even on some of those terrible roads that we went through in West Virginia. And there were some rough ones, but not just West Virginia, a lot of places. But it did very well, y'all, coming back. It's nice to be able to pull it down the road if I want to. And we have. We've pulled it over to my parents and split wood for them. So it's nice to have that ability to go at highway speeds when you trailer in this big, heavy machine. On the side of the frame here is a platform that Bobby was telling me on bigger machines, they'll mount large fuel tanks. That just lets an operator run this thing for 8-10 hours a day if they want to. I don't know what I want to do with that. It has some holes mounted, so you could, I guess, put an engine on this side if you wanted to. I was thinking maybe putting like a crane on here, so that if there's a round that's just too heavy for us to mess with getting up onto that little ramp, which you still got to roll it up on it, maybe putting like a truck bed crane or something there so we can lift them a little easier. I don't know. If you have any suggestions on what to do with really this wasted space over here, drop a comment below, because I really would like to use that space for something. I thought maybe a big toolbox, but I really don't know that I'd have a need for that. So what are some ideas, something creative that would make this machine even better and not have that wasted space over here? One upgrade that I really want to do about this machine really doesn't involve the machine at all, but more safety for the operator. Like I said, Lisa does most of this operating, and I remember one day she was splitting a knotty piece of wood and it kicked back, hit her in the lower abdomen. So about the only solution I can think of for that would probably be like a catcher's chest guard protector, something like that. So probably need to look into getting her one of those, and wouldn't be a bad idea for me to wear it either, because sometimes wood can fly off of here like a rocket, y'all. So y'all, all I have done today is split these really big rounds that are just really too much for Lisa to handle. Now, everything else that's in this pile over here, wood that we bucked several months ago, she can manage. She can split, she can stack. And yes, I'll help her stack it too. And I'll stack everything that I split today so that she didn't have to mess with that next time she's out here. We all appreciate you hanging out with me as I got a little bit of wood split. I enjoy doing that. Now I get to do the stacking. That's the least fun part. And we stack everything around here. It just makes it a little bit neater and easier for us when it comes time to load out. We know exactly what a cord is, face cord, what have you. Put it in the dump wagon and take it down the road. Guys, y'all have a good day, a great week, and Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high, we'll see you on the next one.